I just want to play a little bit of video here from Andrew Bridgen in the House of Commons. Let's just play this and then we'll just briefly comment on it afterwards.
Andrew Bridgen.
Thank you, Speaker. This week is Carers Week, where we acknowledge and recognise the tremendous work done by unpaid carers week in, week out. Unfortunately, I've been contacted by a number of constituents who are now unpaid carers who used to be paid until the vaccine mandate. Given that we now know that the mandated medical treatment does not prevent transmission or contraction of the virus, could we have an apology and a statement from the government, not only to my constituents, but to the 40,000 other professional carers who are forced from their jobs on what is obviously a false premise?
Leader.
Well, can I say to the honourable gentleman that I will make sure that the Secretary of State has heard his remarks. The care workforce is under tremendous pressure. There are an enormous number of vacancies at the moment, and he will know that the Secretary of State is looking at not just what we can do to bolster that workforce, but also part of this is about the status of that job and the support people have in the job. I shall certainly make sure the Secretary of State has heard his comments.
Yeah, but she's not prepared to give any serious answer.
So I think it was a very well-constructed question because it put her right into the corner. Did she answer the question, though?
No.
That's the problem.
Yes.
So there are vaccine mandates still happening in Britain. They're not official, but people are being coerced, being pushed into getting what is still an experimental jab that has not gone through any proper regulatory process or approval, is still effectively being treated like it's an emergency use authorization.
That's right.
Injection. So again, it would be good if we saw more of these questions from other MPs, maybe on the Labour side, maybe on the Conservative side as well, other parties. Certainly is this not happening in other constituencies?
There needs to be more than a lone voice in Parliament at the moment, and he is definitely a lone voice at this point in time. Now, of course, the fear agenda continues, so let's just bring this on screen, because, of course, everybody will know by now that the UK Health Security Agency has decided to launch a new heat health alerting system. So we've got to be really afraid. This is basically the message from them. We've got to be afraid of the heat.
Of the weather?
Of the weather, yes. So we've got yellow alerts in many parts of the country at the moment. They've set up an entire website to give us the details. So they've got, there's a yellow alert in the following regions. So they give some amber alerts going on as well. But there are no red alerts at the moment, so that should make us feel good. So just so you know, green means that there's no alert issued. Yellow means that these alerts cover a range of situations, but they're unlikely to impact most people. But amber alerts, they're particularly concerning because they may begin to see some health impacts. And then if you're a red alert, you're dead. It basically seems to be what they're suggesting.
But I feel a traffic light system coming on, Mike. That's what we need, a traffic light system
another traffic
for the
light
weather.
System.
And I think when should the lockdown be? Should it be between the amber and the red, or are you thinking maybe between even yellow and amber? This
is a good question. But look, if anybody's confused about the fact that basically everybody is going to go off to some very hot country in the next few weeks for a 2-week holiday, and they're not going to come back dead, if anybody's confused about that.
They might look like a lobster, but they're still alive.
But we don't have to worry because the UK Health Security Agency is telling us what we need to pack. Because they've put this little video out on Twitter this morning.
It was great.
So we've got to tell us, we've got to take our shorts and our swimsuit and our hat and our insect repellent and our sun cream and our condoms and, a mosquito net and, medicine. We've got to take all this.
This is fantastic. They've done this for us.
Because goodness knows, nobody knew how to pack for a holiday before. I mean, it's just incredible.
This is amazing.
Just incredible.
I feel like the money's being well spent.
Absolutely well spent. Well, look, I'm just going to skip through a couple of things here, which we'll put into extra. I just want to end on one little thing here, which is this quote. Now, I appreciate this is not really a Dostoevsky quote. It is absolutely not, but I just think it's very appropriate. I just want to remind everybody of it. The tolerance will reach such a level that intelligent people will be banned from thinking so as not to offend the imbeciles. I think that is not far away. If we're not there already, we're not far away from it.
Certainly not. Certainly not.
So look, let's leave it there. We've got a couple of things to talk about in extra, which we're going to do in a couple of minutes.
You don't want to show the Ellwood event?
We will do that. We'll do that in extra.
We still got time.
Okay, if you want, we'll do.
Absolutely.
We'll do the Ellwood event.
So this was, and I have to give a shout out to our friend Ben Rubin on Twitter, who shared this with me yesterday. So this is an event that turned up here, a New World Order, featuring the Right Honorable Tobias Ellwood. And this is going to be in Salisbury. And I think this is coming up on June 23rd. So tickets are £20. It looks like a really exciting event, Mike. You'd think that this was an alternative event, but it's not. This is mainstream. And here it is here. I think the Arundel's charity there on their website here. So a New World Order with Tobias Ellwood. What could they be talking about? What do you think?
I think I'd like to know what they're talking about, and I'd be very keen for lots of UK Column members to go along to that.
I think I'm going to get a ticket. What do you think?
I think that's
we
definitely
should go.
worth going to.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah,
that's going to be a lot of fun and informative too. So that's the full package. So yeah, that's coming up on June 23rd. Yeah, just go online, and it's going to be sold out. I'm telling you right now. Especially after today's news program. Yeah. But anyway.
Okay, let's leave it there. We'll be back in a few minutes for some extra. If you're a UK Column member, you're very welcome to join us there. Otherwise, we'll see you at 1 p.m. as usual on Monday. Have a great weekend. See you then. Bye-bye.